Our girl Yeoreum is officially over it. She is out here looking for a good time, and if this duel is anything less than peak entertainment, she is packing her bags and running away from home. Talk about dramatic. The crowd is already buzzing, and the betting pool is getting spicy. Most of these simps are putting their money on Sofia Borkova because she has that prestigious aura, while others are just picking based on who is more their type. Idiots. But hold up, Sofia is not just some pretty face. She is a graduate of RIL, and if you know anything about Russian hunters, you know they do not play around. We are talking about Russia's elite task force that basically carried the Great War on their backs. Their training methods? Closer to literal torture than actual practice. These guys are built different and covered in scars to prove it.
Back in the arena, Sofia's dad, Mikhailov, is losing his absolute mind with anxiety.
He is screaming like a soccer mom at a middle school game, and Sofia is visibly dying of embarrassment.
Honestly, same.
Yeoreum smells blood in the water and starts the psychological warfare immediately.
She tells Sofia to just surrender and run back to her daddy, calling her a spoiled little papa's girl. The disrespect is legendary. That taunt hit exactly where it hurt. Sofia's face goes full psycho as she warns the redhead to shut her mouth before she ends up in a casket. This went from a duel to a grudge match real quick. The referee calls numbers 124 and 7 to their positions. Both girls lock eyes, and you can practically feel the killing intent vibrating through the screen.
This is about to be a bloodbath.
The buzzer sounds and we are live. Sofia is not wasting a single second, lunging forward with speed that would make a cheetah look like a turtle.
She is out for blood.
Sofia manages to close the gap and throw a strike that actually grazes our MC.
She mocks Yeoreum's speed, thinking she has the upper hand, but she just made the biggest mistake of her life.
Yeoreum looks down at her ruined clothes and her soul basically leaves her body. She just bought those. Sofia did not just attack her, she attacked her fashion sense, and that is a war crime. The vibe shifts instantly. Yeoreum decides that the playtime is officially over.
She starts moving so fast the camera can barely keep up, and Sofia's smug little smile starts to fade.
It is an absolute masterclass in overwhelming power. Yeoreum is dodging everything Sofia throws like she is reading the script ahead of time. Sofia is swinging at ghosts at this point. Our redhead is literally flying through the air, looking like a literal demon of war. She is finding every opening and exploiting it with zero mercy. Sofia's elite training is looking like a joke right now. One massive impact later, and Sofia is sent crashing into the dirt. The sheer force behind Yeoreum's strike is enough to make the entire stadium shake. Talk about a reality check.
Sofia is gasping for air, her body finally realizing that it just got hit by a freight train.
Yeoreum is standing over her, looking completely bored.
She asks if Sofia really thought she was winning just because Yeoreum was playing along.
Another brutal exchange and Sofia is basically a ragdoll. Yeoreum is calling her an idiot while delivering a beatdown that is honestly hard to watch. This is not a fight, it is a public execution. The final blow connects with a sickening crunch. Sofia is folded like a lawn chair, and the arena goes dead silent. The elite hunter from Russia just got absolutely humbled by a girl who is mad about her laundry.
Sofia is coughing up blood on the floor, looking like she is about to meet her ancestors.
The referee has seen enough and officially declares the duel over. Our girl Yeoreum is the winner, obviously. Yeoreum stands there looking fresh as a daisy, while Sofia is a broken mess. She mocks the idea of these people being called elites, calling the victory way too easy. The salt in the wound is real.
The spectators are losing their minds.
They are looking at Yeoreum like she is a monster because she did not sustain a single scratch. Meanwhile, Sofia's reputation is going down the drain in real time. The crowd is so fickle. Now they are whispering that Sofia was always weak and probably only got into RIL because of her looks. Man, the internet and these crowds are ruthless. Medical staff rush in to help the fallen blonde. The diagnosis? Both of her arms are fractured. Yeoreum basically snapped her like a twig in a matter of seconds. Sophia is trying to act tough, claiming she is fine and not done yet, but her body is literally refusing to move. Her dad tries to comfort her, telling her she did her best, but she is not hearing any of it. Mikhailov tries to give her the "loss makes you stronger" speech, but Sophia's pride is in a billion pieces. She can still hear the crowd mocking her, calling her a failure and a fraud.
Her mind starts to spiral into a dark place.
The humiliation is too much to bear. As her dad turns away to talk to the nurse, Sophia's eyes go completely blank. She has officially snapped. She starts mumbling to herself, refusing to accept the defeat. She claims she never surrendered and was just pushed back a bit. The cope is reaching dangerous levels of delusion. Suddenly, Sophia lunges forward with a hidden blade. She is going for a sneak attack on Yeoreum's back, fueled by pure, unadulterated salt. This girl is a total red flag.
She screams for Yeoreum to die, her face twisted in a murderous rage.
She is throwing away her honor and her career just for a chance to kill the girl who embarrassed her.
The crowd is losing its collective mind because they just witnessed a girl get turned into a human mop.
While everyone else is screaming in shock, our main man Jitae is just sitting there with the most unimpressed face you have ever seen.
The fight between Yeoreum and Sophia is reaching a peak of pure pettiness. Sophia, who clearly did not get the memo that our girl is built different, decides to pull out a literal knife like a common street thug. Imagine being so bad at fighting that you have to bring a dagger to a school interview.
Yeoreum is bleeding, but instead of crying, she has that "I am about to end this girl's whole career" look in her eyes.
Sophia thinks she is winning until Yeoreum grabs her hair like she is snatching a wig at a clearance sale. The blonde brat realizes she messed up big time when she hears the words, "You are dead," whispered in her ear.
It is time for a lesson in catching these hands. Yeoreum starts delivering a series of punches so fast and heavy that Sophia's dental insurance is probably crying for help right now.
The spectators are literally begging someone to stop her because this is not a spar anymore, it is a live-action demolition. Yeoreum is just venting all that internal trauma on Sophia's face, and honestly, we kind of get it. Sophia is down for the count, looking like she went through a blender, but Yeoreum is not satisfied. She wants to give the girl a taste of her own medicine by returning that stabbing favor. Just as things are about to get R-rated, a massive wall of muscle named Mikhailov jumps in to stop the carnage. He grabs our fiery redhead, but he is lucky he still has his hands attached after touching her. The mages finally decide to do their jobs and cast an overlap space magic barrier.
It is basically a timeout corner for superhumans, so they stop painting the walls with each other's blood.
Magic circles start glowing everywhere as the interview gets paused.
The instructors are scrambling because they realized letting two psychos fight with real weapons might have been a bad idea for the school's PR.
The instructor has the audacity to tell Yeoreum she should have just knocked Sophia out with her superior skill. Yeoreum hits back with a savage roast, telling him to raise his daughter better next time.
Enter Professor Yoo, the resident snake who tries to play peacemaker with a fake smile.
He tells everyone to calm down, but you can tell he is just trying to figure out how to manipulate the situation. Yoo starts dropping some low-key threats, mentioning that Yeoreum's violent behavior might reflect poorly on the Yoo family. He is basically trying to bully a teenager into submission by using her family's name against her. The professor keeps pushing, asking if she would be upset if her family got harmed because of her actions.
This guy really thinks he is a mastermind, but he has no idea who is actually backing this girl up.
The atmosphere shifts instantly as Jitae walks into the room like he owns the place. He tells the professor to stop cornering a child who is already hurt and finally introduces himself as her guardian. Jitae's presence is so heavy that the entire room goes quiet. Even the arrogant instructors can feel that this nobody is actually a monster in a suit, and Yeoreum finally looks like she can breathe again. We cut to a fancy tea session where Yoo is serving high-grade oolong tea while sweating bullets internally. He is trying to scan Jitae's background, but the guy is a total ghost in the system. Yoo is having a mini crisis because Jitae walked through a high-level magic barrier like it was a wet paper towel. He has never heard of House of Yoo, and that unknown factor is terrifying him. Mikhailov is sitting there looking all stoic while Sophia is in a hospital bed covered in bandages. The professor tries to play the let's all be friends card to avoid any more paperwork or lawsuits. The school wants to settle this quietly since they are all going to be seeing each other at the academy anyway. Yeoreum is practically begging them to just shake hands and forget about the attempted murder. Mikhailov offers a half-baked apology, claiming Sophia is just young and immature. It is the classic "my kid is a good kid" excuse that every entitled parent uses when their brat gets caught being a psycho. Jitae shuts that down immediately, refusing to accept the apology. He points out that the parent's words mean nothing when the child was the one trying to commit a crime, and Mikhailov's ego takes a massive hit. The big guy tries to flex his status in the RIL organization, asking Jitae if he knows who he is messing with. Jitae just looks at him like he is a piece of gum on the bottom of his shoe, completely unimpressed. Jitae asks the most logical question ever: why didn't a pro like Mikhailov stop his daughter from charging at someone with a knife? If he is so skilled, he should have seen it coming a mile away. RMC goes for the jugular, calling Mikhailov an embarrassment to his profession for using his child's lack of control as an excuse. The big guy is so triggered he looks like he is about to pop a vein.
Mikhailov loses his cool and tries to intimidate Jitae, but he doesn't realize he is standing in front of a literal god.
Jitae just stares him down, waiting for the idiot to make a move. In a blink and you miss it moment, Jitae reveals he has already stolen Mikhailov's own dagger. The man didn't even feel it leave his sheath, proving the skill gap between them is wider than the Grand Canyon. Jitae mocks him one last time, telling him his sheath is too loose, just like his parenting. He then drops a chilling warning, telling the expert to make sure he avoids dark, empty alleyways in the future. To drive the point home, Jitae stabs the dagger into the ground with enough force to shatter the tiles. It is a clear message: I could have killed you 5 times already, so stay in your lane. He casually walks out of the room, leaving the professor and Mikhailov trembling in their boots. Yeoreum is left staring at the door, realizing he just invited a shark into his little goldfish pond. Outside, Jitae finds Yeoreum waiting for him. She is all bandaged up and looking a bit subdued for once. He asks if she is okay, and she tries to play it off like the stab wound was just a scratch. Yeoreum admits that she knows it is hard to kill people like her, but she still has a rare moment of doubt.
She asks Jitae if he thinks she was in the wrong for going so hard on Sophia. She is actually upset, wondering if she should have been the bigger person instead of trying to turn the girl into a crime scene.
It is the first time we see her actually care about the consequences of her rage.
Jitae gives her the most best dad advice ever. He tells her she did well. But then he adds a dark twist, saying that next time, she should just kill her enemies in a place where there are 0 witnesses. Yeoreum's face lights up with a devious grin. She loves the brutal honesty and tells him not to regret saying that later. She is fully back to her chaotic self, and honestly, we are here for it. Our stoic protagonist Jitae is already tired of his chaotic life, telling his favorite red-headed problem child, Yeoreum, to pack her bags because they are moving into the elite Lair Academy dorms. While little Gull is probably imagining a fairy tale, Jitae is busy dealing with the reality of guarding these dragon girls, but their walk is interrupted by a man who radiates massive suspicious energy. Enter Professor Yeoreum, the typical long-haired pretty boy who looks like he spends more on hair products than magic. He claims he wants to talk about Yeoreum's future, but Jitae is already smelling a rat. Yeoreum tries to act all generous by offering Yeoreum the position of freshman representative, promising she will be the literal face of the school. He is basically offering her a fast track to being an influencer. The professor starts listing the perks like a desperate salesman, mentioning artifacts, scholarships, and enough media fame to make a Kardashian jealous, but Jitae is not buying the sales pitch. The moment Yeoreum mentions being besties with Vice Principal Ma Namjoon, Jitae's danger sensors go into overdrive.
He realizes this guy is not just a teacher. He is a walking disaster.
Jitae's internal monologue confirms our fears as he identifies both Yeoreum and his buddy as demonic humans.
These guys are the ultimate red flags, having traded divine blessings for the edgy power of the void.
These dark entities are basically fueled by blind rage and killing intent, making them the worst possible neighbors.
They nearly ended the world once, so you know they are bad news. Jitae starts having flashbacks to his previous regressions, remembering how these demonic creeps took something precious from him. He is literally imagining killing Yeoreum in 1,000 different ways right now. Despite wanting to turn the professor into a stain on the floor, Jitae decides to wait. He wants this guy to die only after he has achieved something, making the eventual fall much more satisfying.
Jitae plays it cool and leaves the choice to Yeoreum, reminding everyone that he is just her guardian and not her boss, though we all know who is really in charge here.
Yeoreum tries to use his charm to win her over, asking her to help him draw the future of the school. It is so cringe that you can almost feel the second-hand embarrassment through the screen. Yeoreum delivers the most legendary rejection ever, simply saying she does not want to. The professor's face glitches out because he cannot fathom a student turning down his generosity. When asked why she even bothered showing up for the interview if she did not care, our savage queen admits she was just bored in bed and wanted an excuse to pick some fights.
Yeoreum is speechless as he realizes he is dealing with a girl who just wants to see the world burn.
He decides to play dirty, pointing toward a mob of reporters waiting to tear her reputation apart. The professor tries to blackmail her, claiming her entire life at the academy depends on how he frames the recent knife-fighting incident to the media.
He really thinks he has the upper hand here.
Yeoreum just hits him with a casual bye-bye and walks away, leaving the professor looking like a total clown. She is clearly not afraid of a few cameras or a petty teacher.
The reporters swarm her like piranhas, screaming questions about her grudge against Sophia and whether she is using violence to boost her family's failing reputation.
They keep pushing for a statement, recording her every move and hoping for a viral moment.
Jitae tries to tell them to back off, but Yeoreum has a much more explosive plan in mind.
When asked what her grand goal is at the Blue Dragon School, she decides to give them exactly what they want, a headline that will break the entire internet. She grabs the microphone with a devious smirk and yells out that she is only there for sex. The absolute silence that follows is deafening as the reporters probably forget how to breathe. We skip the immediate fallout to see the new Lair dorms, which are basically a cluster of luxury villas. Being a dragon guardian definitely comes with some top-tier real estate perks.
Little Gul is losing her mind over how huge the place is, while the sisters start scouting the area to see which one of them can claim the most territory in this new mansion.
A civil war almost breaks out as Gul and Yeoreum race to find the best room.
Gul thinks she found the jackpot, but she forgot that her older sister is a professional bully.
The room is incredible, with a massive bed and a TV that probably costs more than a car. Gul is already planning her life here, but she is about to get a reality check. Yeoreum claims the room for herself because the balcony is perfect for smoking. She pats Gul's head and calls her a good girl while stealing her dreams, which is peak sibling behavior. Later, we see Gul taking her mommy duties seriously, spraying the dragon egg with water. She claims it is prenatal education because blue dragons are basically thirsty lizards. Jitae watches this weird ritual while Gul explains that water dragons love moisture. It is cute until you remember that this egg is actually a powerful mythical being and not a houseplant. BOM shows up to ruin the peaceful vibes, revealing that Yeoreum's interview has gone viral. The comments are a mix of people being offended and others calling her a refreshing icon of chaos. BOM decides to have some fun and tells Gul it is time she learned about the birds and the bees. Her face turns into something out of a horror movie as she prepares to traumatize the poor girl.
Gul starts screaming for Jitae to save her from the education, but he just stands there like a statue.